It's really early in the morning on July 22nd, 2022, and I had this really vivid dream about Tara, and I had gone to this person's house, and then all of a sudden they had told me that she was, they knew where Tara was. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh no, yeah, we caught that little girl up a while ago. So I remember going through this house and I was hanging with this dude, and it was similar to the dude that drove me around, like that type of person. And we get to this house, and it's like a hoarded house, like there's a bunch of stuff everywhere, and we're chilling and everything. And then he starts telling me something about, like, that they have a house, and it's full of children, and it's like a trafficking house. And so I was freaked out. I was like, what are you talking about? You don't have Tara. No. Like, there's no way. And, so they walked me back over to this other building. It was another house, and it was in this area, and I knew that I had, like, the phone on me at that time, and that, they track and trace me and everything. And so I, maybe not in the best way, right? But at the same time, I was like, if anything crazy happens, and I'm sure that they would probably do something, because if there's children involved, hopefully anyway, but I don't believe that a lot of the upper, authorities are that sane. I do believe there's a lot of pedophiles up there that get paid by the government. I'm not gonna lie. So, and you can't detest that because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you had an official, like, fucking what's-his-face, and he's, instead of him getting in trouble for rape, I'm getting in trouble for falsifying a rape. Okay, whatever. Fuck you people. So, anyway, we walk back to this house, and there's all these little girls, and there she is. She's 10 years old, and she's passed out, and since she was, like, the oldest one in the room, I had known she was raped. Like, I knew that she was laying there and had been raped at 10, and I thought, oh my God, like, no, this can't be happening. I kept my cool and everything, and I told them, I said, is there an exchange or whatever? And I think we were about to make an exchange for something for her, and I scooped her up, and I was carrying her, and then she became, like, pocket size, and I put her in, like, on me somewhere, and I was taking her because I knew she was very sickly. I knew she had suffered a lot. She was dying. And so when we got through, like, I remember something about, like, these weird booby traps, and I was with somebody else. I can't remember. And there was, like, arrows that had been shooting across in that house that had all that hoarding stuff. And then at one point we were traveling, and I was walking, and something about, like, an atomic bomb, and it was set off. And I remember the person that I had been with started running really fast, and I couldn't keep up. I guess I was pregnant still, so I couldn't, like, walk that fast or anything. And Tara was still on me. She was tiny, and she was in my pocket, but I had like a front pocket, like, inside of the like, the robe that I had been forced to wear for, the hospital. So she was in there, and I was keeping her safe, and I was running through, and then there was, like, this weird gym, and I walked through the gym, and I thought I was going to get out the other side quicker, and there said something about one entrance, so I went back out, and then I took a bicycle that was randomly on there on the side of the road to try to get away from this atomic bomb, and started cycling, but there was no seat to the bike, and so I just sort of had to stand and cycle. And that's all I kind of really remember, is that I was, like, trying so hard to get away from that blast, because it had come from that house where, like, the house area where I snatched up Tara. So I was freaked out, and I was like, oh my God, like, and then I realized, like, there's just no running. There's just no running from anything. Anything could happen at any time. And these natural disasters that they call them, it's not natural to set off atomic bombs. People are crazy. And I know they had to do that shit in order to, I don't know. I mean, I wish I could see further than I do sometimes. But, I don't know. That was a really fucked up dream. And I didn't like it. But at the same time, I know that I don't know if it's more like prophetic or if it's just sort of like me and the horrors of what I've lived through, as well as placing my daughter in those same circumstances, And I woke up right now too with a raspiness in my throat because of whatever bacteria is in this room floating around. And I just wanted to capture that because I know my therapists have talked about doing dream journals and keeping track of them. So I just figured I would place this in there as well so that some people understand the types of crazy and very stressful dreams that I have. And it's not normal. It's not normal. I've lived through so much stress my whole life. When I have dreams about, like, my father and brother and everything, it's stressful. Like, I would wake up crying with my ex-husband, and he was like, oh, you just need to get over it. It was just a dream. No, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you need to let me have my fucking feelings so that I can get over it, so I can understand that it was just a dream and it's okay. And, like, they're not here anymore and I'm not getting hurt anymore and it's okay. No, people are sick. People are so sick. And then they demand more of you, because I was thinking too about when I woke up, the panic attack that I had in the fucking room. And they have it all on film. And I thought, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. That is so fucking embarrassing. It truly is. Because I cannot control it. My muscles, I can't control any of it. So the fact that my blood pressure was 155 over 98, and then I can understand, I know what's going on, my eyes, my vision and stuff. I can see you. Like, yeah, I know, I acknowledge. And once I finish my panic attack and whatever that is, I can usually, like, function once I get the ability to even talk again and everything, and, like, get out, like, because they had already asked me earlier in the day on the 21st. They had come around midday and asked me about my insurance, asked me about my personal information, and they had to update that information because they had information that was like my old phone number from 10 years ago when I was there last. And also they had they had written the wrong address on there. Instead of, like, my P.O. box having certain digits, it's only 4 digits long. You would think that they would have that right, but of course paperwork gets misconstrued all the time and people mishear things constantly. So instead of, like, 5s, they had, like, or the 5 and stuff, they had a 6. And I was like, okay, I caught that. And so I actually told them, and I signed fine in the afternoon. Everything was fine. I was cognizant, and everything was fine. I was pissed. Well, no, that wasn't even that day. I think it was the day prior. Wait a minute. No, it was the same day. But, I was trying to be polite, and I was nice to them, but really I was just begrudgingly detached, I guess is what you would say. I was very depressed because I couldn't smoke, and they were detaining me overnight. Like, what else do you want from me? What other proof do you need that I am not okay and you are fucking with a disabled person? So anyway, after I'd had my panic attack, I don't remember how long it lasted. It seemed like forever. By the time I could feel my legs again and could walk around the room, I actually had to walk very slowly and like holding the wall and everything, because I've had to, to make sure I don't fall, especially now that there's excess weight in my midsection. I can't really it's a lot. It's a different feeling than, say, if I were to have a panic attack without this excess weight. So I was trying really hard, and I thought by that time, shit, it took me forever. I thought my blood pressure would have been fine, But then I sat there, and it was sky high, and then the girl came back, a lovely young lady, and she asked me she was the same one from earlier, and she asked me the same questions. She said, oh, we just need to get your information. And they gave me the false information, and I corrected it, And so when at that point, I think that people think I'm okay. They think I'm just faking it. And I'm like, no, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to say. I know what you want from me. I just can't help you sometimes, like the officers that after I became homeless and living on the streets, there was one officer that, offered to drive me to, no. I had actually gotten a cab from Levi Hospital, I think it was, at one point when I was like, I don't know when it was. I don't remember what had happened. I think it was after, though. Shit. I'll have to think, because I was really fucked up. And this was right after I'd lost everything a few years ago. And when I went to the state patrol, because I'd already gone, this is what it was. I had already gone at one point to, I walked over to the Garland, like the courthouse area where there was that sheriff's department in Hot Springs. And it's right next to the courthouses. And there's like a sheriff's department there. I think that's the Garland County Sheriff's department. So I walked there and slept outside in the bushes. And I slept in a coat because it was a coat that I'd gotten for free. And nobody came up to say anything to me. They just sort of left me there. And I woke up and I went inside and tried to ask for my phone and my keys to my car, because this was after I got out of the psychiatric facility from being naked inside of my storage unit, I believe. That's when it happened, right after a suicide attempt, right after I'd come down from that. I was still freaking out. I got naked on the side, and they took me to the psych ward. And at that time, I lost. In between that time, the last people that had seen my keys were the Sheriff's Department officers, the Garland County Sheriff's Department officers. They were the last ones that had my keys and my phone, which isn't this phone. It's one that's exactly like it, except it was red. And I have the box to it, so I know that these proofs happen. I know that these things are not fabrications to me, that it's actually in storage at my mom's house. I know exactly where it is. So they tried to tell me at the Sheriff's Department that they had no idea where that stuff was. And I was like, I literally had just spent $500 on it, plus whatever I needed to, like the case and stuff. So it was approximately $550 for that phone. And then my keys, my extra set of keys to my old, what was it, a Buick LeSabre? Is that what I was driving prior to this? Yeah, I don't know. People get me so stressed out that I forget my own fucking life. Sometimes, like, my reality. It's crazy. So, after I went to that location, the older officer came out and he was talking to me, and I said, well, I'm looking for my belongings. Like, you owe me my belongings. And he was like, we can't find them. Why don't you just here's a list of homeless shelters, because I told him, I was like, my car, I can't get my car without my keys and my phone, and how am I supposed to manage? Oh, I'm sorry, honey, blah, 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 suck my dick. That's what it was. So, and he didn't say that, of course. I'm just like paraphrasing, like he's a dick. So, because nobody placed any efforts into trying to help me. Instead, they were just like, here's a list of homeless shelters. Why don't you go over here? And I did, because I was coming off, I don't remember if I was coming off of psych meds or if I was just like fucked up in the brain. And so then I ended up going, and like for some reason, I had taken a cab ride. It was a cab ride over to the fucking, and I had to have gotten like some type of voucher for it because I didn't have the money for it. So I have no idea how this all worked out. I think I went to the state patrol office because I knew, but it was the one over off of Malvern Avenue or some shit. Like off of that anyway. So it's like off of Malvern Avenue. And it's, shit, I can't remember what the location is, but it's the state patrol there in Hot Springs. And I sat there for a while. And I asked them, I said, I can't get help from either one of the sheriff's department or the city police department for my belongings. They are not helping me. Can I get some help from you? And of course, I looked like a hideous beast, and I was overweight still at that time, too. So nobody takes anybody seriously if they don't take care of their body and whatnot. And I was sitting there, and I was told by the officer, he said, I was having a lot of stress. I had already been through a lot. I needed some time to rest. And he was like, you need to go now. And I was like, no. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm sitting here waiting for you to help me. There's got to be some office somewhere, some police that would help me, right? No. And like the worst part is like the way that they mistreated me on the way in and everything too. And I'm thinking, oh my God, these people are fucking trash. These officers are fucking asshole pieces of shit. And I don't give a fuck what I say. There's got to be footage of the day that I walked in there and was sitting there just asking for help. Just asking for help as a disabled citizen, asking for help as somebody as the true victim. And no, they don't see that shit. Instead, they're just like, let's hurt you more. Let's traumatize you more. So he told me, he was like, if you don't get up right now, we're going to force you out of here. That's how these people are. They don't give a fuck. Like the nurse that came in and she flopped my legs down on the ground, tried to, and I was like freaked out. I was like, don't touch me right now. Like, I am not doing well. I'm about to like panic more. Like, please don't violate me. So yeah, people are crazy. They are so fucking crazy. You literally are so distorted. You don't even help the disabled citizens out there that you claim that are like, oh yeah, you're innocent, blah, 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 you're disabled, like you need help, like all this shit. No, you're fucking full of trash. You are lying pieces of shit. And the fact that you are just part of a cult yourselves, that's hilarious. Like, you're gonna get exposed. My story is fucking true. You literally fucked with like my entire life, essentially, with somebody that was like suffering from borderline personality disorder, which is, and I got some more information on that from the psychiatrist there at the National Park Medical Center. And he had said, he was like, well, yeah, because that's where you don't understand how to emotionally engage with someone because you believe they're nonsense. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're not supposed to lie, right? That's how it is, right? The world. And they're just like, oh God, like this poor girl. She's like, no, that's how it is. Like, and so all the time I think the best first, and people think that I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, I snapped a long time ago. I don't know who you're talking to, but you guys are crazy. So, and the fact that you won't help me through my crazy and you make it worse, and then I can recollect everything, and sometimes the officers' faces, maybe not always the names because I was in and out of psychiatric hospitals and on a bunch of meds and shit, but I recall, and then especially if I'm forced to have to be around certain people again, I just know not to trust anybody in uniform anymore. Like, that's just how it is. I can't trust any of you. Aside from the females, I trust them more now, but I don't trust any of the males because they have no compassion whatsoever. They're young and full of cum and dumb. That's how it is. So I just don't understand it, really. I don't know why you would sit there and abuse someone just for them to have to turn around and explain their story over and over again to people. No, these are my traumas. These are when people abused me. I asked for help and they abused me instead. Same thing with the father of the baby. Like, I asked for help and you abused me, and I didn't know any better. I really didn't. I make it out to be like I'm so confident when I wear my dresses and put my hair up and put a little makeup on, but that's not really the real Leticia. That's just a facade I place in front of the camera like that so that people can think that I'm normal. People can think that I'm functioning just like they are. But I disclose before I meet anybody or anything. I suffer from, like, I'm disabled. I suffer from post-traumatic stress. And please don't hurt me. And they're always like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything to you. Oh no, you are. Like, you're trying to take from me in some form or another. So, but yeah. And then they, like, I remember other times too, Collins, if you don't move, you blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I can't. Like, I physically can't. You just screamed at me. I can't move right now. Like, you're horrifying me. You are worse than my father. So, and that's terrible because my father was a horrible monster. Like, growing up, if my siblings were more honest with themselves, they would understand, like, what I had lived through in conjunction with the sexual trauma and witnessing my sister's sexual trauma and witnessing all of that shit. Like, I guess girls just get violated? That's not what I was being taught in school. So I tell people about contradictions everywhere. I tell people about, bias and these prejudices. And, I always try to stand up even for my dad, even though, like, and I always said I love my dad and everything like that. And he was the one that caused most of the trauma growing up, forcing us to abide by whatever crazy restraints he had and forcing us to stand for hours on end and listen to him, preach about family and preach about, willpower. He always talked about willpower. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? And I understand my dad did a really good job when it came to building up his financial, whatever it was, empire. But he did a shitty ass job when it came to the emotional support of his family. And all he did was just traumatize us more. I still can't believe he was a fucking pedophile. I still can't believe it. Like, even when I grew up, I didn't understand what that concept was. People kept me, like, away from that information. My mother especially, when she knew that I was getting so, like, interested in the world around me, she was really upset. She wanted me to be more sheltered. And that's exactly what had happened. I got teddy bears for my birthday until I was 15 years old. I'm pretty fucking sure I'm not normal, and that's okay with me. I'm fine with it, as long as other people are fine with it, but apparently it's not fine. Apparently I'm acting. Apparently people don't know what I fucking lived through, and then there's nobody to vouch for it either, because they're not going to put themselves in the line of fire. They're not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, Leticia's absolutely 100% accurate. And even when Dr. Carroll had left his voicemail, he said something about of some of it being like, what is that? What is the word he used? Damn it. Like, not exaggerated, but sort of, not exaggerated, but he had said some of the things that I state are a little bit sort of, God, what was the word that he used? Jesus. But like that, similar to that, where I had, I'm trying to think of it. Like I had overdone it, over exaggerated or something, the truth, or, sort of flamboyantly expressed it. And I'm like, excuse me, no. Like, I don't state anything that is not tracked and traced. So the fact of it is that, when they try to tell me this shit, I'm like, no, I know that there's proof out there. I know that there are character witnesses, there are eyewitnesses. So whatever anybody fucking says, they're lying. And they can't, like even my mother, she probably says to them, I don't remember any sexual abuse. I don't remember that. Really? You don't remember him whipping out your daughter's tits at the dinner table around the rest of us and trying like suckling on your tits in front of us too? You can't recall that. I'm saying, oh, it was all the pain meds you were on. That's why your version of events is all skewed and fucked up. But mine wasn't. I had Zoloft, yeah. And during those times, I tried to make it out to be like, okay, yeah, my family loves me and there's nothing wrong with them and we're a wholesome family, and my brain and my brother's downstairs fucking bringing over these fucking gang members and shit, and bringing over these fucking, had guns all over the fucking place, had fucking wads of cash and shit he was trying to hide from the feds. And I was just like, I see that. Like, they're gonna see that too. They're not stupid. Like, even in that day and age, they had their fucking tracking and tracing and shit. That's why my dad would unplug the phone when we would have our family meetings after a certain point. I'm not sure how he got that information, but apparently, apparently they're out to help these fucking crazy people, these perpetrators. So they've got all this extra information that the innocent people don't have, and so they're just vulnerable to it, defenseless. So the fact that even like the father to this child did what he had done to somebody that was literally sleeping and defenseless, that is perverse. That is, I don't know what it is, like, and how am I supposed to enjoy that? Looking back, I realize I'm like, I shouldn't have any feeling toward that. I should have nothing but disdain toward him, because that's pathetic. Completely pathetic. You had to wait till I was passed out so you could steal from me. That's how pathetic you are. And that's hilarious to me. And I'm like, where is my compensation? I've gone 8 months with this pregnancy all alone, doing it all on my own, feeding myself well, staying hydrated, staying away from all this crazy nonsense, and trying to appropriate things for my baby. And everybody keeps asking me all these stupid questions over and over again. The fucking lady that was monitoring the baby prior to me being forced out onto the streets from UAMS, she was like, oh, how far along, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how many children? And I'm just like, I haven't seen my daughter in 6 years. This is a rape baby. Get this shit over with. And she was just like, oh, it's good that you get to go home today. I said, yes, if I had a home, but I've been living out of my vehicle for 2 years, and they know that, and they know I have nowhere to go right now. They're setting me off on the streets. I can't believe they do that. And I was like, yeah, I know. There were plenty of, like, the officers. There were plenty of, the nurses. They won't let you go out on the streets if you're that far along pregnant. You're 34 weeks. You have a very short amount of time before you pop. And, like, no, that's exactly what they do. I'm no different than anybody else. And that's how they treat anybody else. Trash. So regardless of me being so articulate, regardless of my education level, regardless of my sobriety in certain ways, that I've never been on hard drugs or anything, and they have proof of that through all of my medical records, that's crazy. And I knew that there were years prior to my insurance being there from the disability that they didn't have record of how I stayed clean and everything. But the fact of it is when they finally came around to it, you can still take hair samples and whatnot. And I know damn well that shit's happened to me because you guys are crazy. So, like I've said before, I'm trying to seek justice, but it's taking years for you guys to get your act together. And you're not actually I don't believe you're doing anything, because even the one time when I tried to file for rape, when I was coming down off some shit, and then I was in this fucking psych hospital, not psych hospital, it was National Park, but it was in the monitoring rooms in the ER. So I was there, and the officer came in, and he asked me, I just remember some things that are so traumatic, because he said, we know who did it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, I need to file for rape. And he was like, oh, we already know who did it. And then he just left. That was it. And I was sitting there, I was trying to eat, and I remember I was vegan at that time too. So whatever time in between me being vegan, but they gave me like a sandwich that didn't have, and there was meat in it, and I remember I got sick off of that. So that's the first thing I had tried, because I thought they understood I was vegan. So I thought everything was like on the tray was able for me to eat. No, it was just all like toxic foods, which they serve at hospitals anyway. Majority of the time is a bunch of toxic food nothing but this disgusting dairy like that we had as kids growing up in the school system. They give you like the cartons of milk and everything, and just trash food that people are like, no, that's healthy. No, dairy is not healthy for you. It's directly linked to prostate and breast cancer. So that means cheese too. And that's the same thing with these carcinogens inside of meat products as well. So everybody's like talking about, oh yeah, let me get my sliced lunch meat and everything. Do you know how toxic that shit is? Do you realize how toxic it is? So I don't know what's wrong with people. I think that because of the fact that I've talked about like the federal, like federal government like that, you allow certain carcinogens in our diet. And I understand it also helps build immunity, but at the same time, it causes cancer. And you are literally lying to your fucking masses and telling them it's okay to eat. It's okay to consume this in small quantities. But people don't just do it in small quantities. Their entire diet, and I'm one of them that used to do this, just consumed with animal products because that's all that's forced out there. Now, if you put more alternatives out there, if you put more like availability for that, like I was using coupons to sample all these alternatives, and that's how I managed to get by, and I still managed to get by. And but yeah, you people are fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. You're gonna have to turn around and fucking clarify this to your God or your version of God or whatever the fuck you believe in, or even if you're atheist and you believe in nothing but yourself, you're gonna have to clarify that to your own conscience at some point when you're passing over. God, I know it. That's why I refrain from doing so many toxic things. I'm starving right now. I've got a couple things of oatmeal, but this hotel room doesn't have a fucking microwave. It has no coffee pot. I thought that I would get some rest in one last night, $175 worth, but no, that was refunded to me apparently because I had to get kicked out because I was screaming because the whole fucking room smelled like a cigarette. And now I'm in a moldy ass fucking trash ass motel. And it's crazy. I don't understand why you people have to harass me so goddamn much. Why? It's like you make no goddamn sense. Didn't you swear an oath to serve and protect your citizens? Oh, but I'm one of those unwanted citizens because I speak out against you, biting your fucking fingers, nipping at you, telling you need to fucking clarify this to the masses, because the only way I got better was subjecting myself to the facts that you lied to us. I pledged my allegiance to you guys. No wonder you took that out of schools, because I would be horrified to pledge my allegiance to a fucking country that all they do is harass their disabled females. Wow. And just because I looked like well enough to fucking fornicate with, and you had all my medical records, you knew I was safe to fuck with, so that's why I was sent all these military dudes. I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking retarded. I know that there's something behind that, and I know that's something about, that's why they had even stated on one of the articles I'd read, don't use any of those monitoring systems for your tracking of your ovulation and shit, because if you are a single female, they're going to fucking come after you, because that's what's going on right now. And I tried to explain that to people, like, you can't trust anybody. You can't even trust the people that swore to serve and protect you. And then even like an oath under God and everything, I thought, oh my God, yes, maybe not the Christian version of God, just any version of God in that way. No, they violate people constantly because it's about their own selfishness. It's about their own urges. It's about their own needs. And they don't see the bigger picture. If you just offered this assistance to everybody, then we wouldn't have such a failing fucking country. We wouldn't have so many people homeless and destitute. And one of the responses to one of these bitches that was sitting in front of me, that was the initial, whatever team that was there to help me, support team, there was like approximately 5 or 6 women sitting there gawking at me, and I was trying to explain myself and be as articulate as I possibly could. I was excited. I thought they were going to actually help me there at UAMS. Instead, one of the cunts was like, homeless women or homeless people raise kids all the time. I was like, not this bitch. Like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. I'm not gonna go sleep in the goddamn bushes and have a baby on my tit so I can be violated by any fucking random hobo that comes across and just sees me there. What the fuck is wrong with you, you dumb cunt? Like, that's exactly how I wanted to respond. Like, are you serious? You stupid bitch. Like, just because you've got your fancy, expensive shoes and your fancy, expensive outfit, bitch, you'll get your fucking karma for talking to someone like that. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, homeless people raise kids all the time. Yeah, you should be so proud working at fucking a hospital, presuming that you know best about psychology and shit. Bitch, you're dumb as fuck. Like, who the fuck? And then you don't offer me actual assistance. You give me lists of shit that I've already fucking called months ago, and then I placed myself on these waiting lists. Did I get callbacks? Fuck no. Did I end up getting any type of information back? Fuck no. Did they know I was pregnant then? Yeah, they sure as fuck did. So, yeah, nobody wants me to keep my baby because I'm homeless. They want to steal my baby because I'm actually a healthy one. And then that's why people keep offering me, I'll adopt your baby. Oh, yeah, how about I stab you in the fucking neck for saying that to me? How about I stab you in the goddamn mouth for fucking talking to me like that, you stupid bitch? I've already lost 3 fucking kids, and not my fucking fault either. So, yeah, people need to shut the fuck up when they talk to me, really. You need to think before you speak, and then you're like talking about that shit on the fucking everywhere. All over my fucking Instagram, you trying to freak me out or whatever. No, bitch, you look fucking ignorant as fuck. You're trying to steal from somebody that is trying to appropriate their life and then was forced into the situation. Of course, I have love and affection toward my baby inside of me. And people are like, no, she said she would kill it. Did I? Did I abort it? Did I do anything to harm it? Fuck no. No, he's absolutely fine. And they know that, and they're probably pretty proud of that he's doing so well for the amount of stress I've been under during this entire fucking pregnancy. He should have fucking been removed. He should have already fallen out. He should have miscarried because of the heightened stress. But he didn't. He's just here. He's a strong one. I told his father that too. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. You people are fucked. You're going to fucking hell. And I just don't fucking care about you anymore. Like, I love you. From a distance, you're poor things. You're so mentally ill. And that's how you are with the other people too. Oh, you poor thing. You're so fucking crazy, Leticia. Yeah. And that's on you people. Because I sure as fuck tried to go to school. I tried to make myself better. And then I had that fucked up relationship with my ex-husband. And I thought that was love. Fuck no, it wasn't love. Fuck no, what the father to this baby did, father to this baby did to me was not love. And so I realized that. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I know that I've been abused. But I just put a smile on my face and I keep going because that's how women have had to deal with it their whole life, and so many generations of it, like Dr. Carroll had said. But yeah, I feel sorry for you people. I really do. I feel so sorry that you think that your words are going to matter to me in the end, because that's all they are words. There's no repentance there. There's no action toward rectifying what you've done, or to try to combat the things that you've done that are so evil. Even asking me about my baby and wanting to adopt it, you're going to hell for that. If you honestly believe that you're going to rip that away from me and I'm going to exchange money for that or anything, you're fucking retarded, because money is the devil. And I tried to explain that to people years ago. They didn't understand me, and that's why I wasn't seeking anything outside of my means in that way. And I wasn't seeking like a father like to a baby right away, getting him trapped like that. No, you trapped me, bitch, and I see that. You're a fucking idiot, and I don't fucking like you, and that's how it is. And people are like, I can't stand how bipolar you are. You're fucking bipolar. If you're going to tell me that you're going to fucking take care of me, or you're going to tell me I'm going to be safe, or you tell me this and that, you're fucking bipolar, you dumb bitch, because that didn't fucking happen. So you need to get some fucking mental help. For real. People are so fucking dumb. No. You're going to tell me in the fucking courts that, oh, yeah, the father is sane. No. And then some people were like, yeah, he's going to want, he'll take the baby, I'm sure, and whatever. He'll raise it for his own with whatever wife he's got. Whatever. Fuck you. I don't care. If that's how you want to play the game, then that's how you want to play the game. That's sick. But I'm over this shit. And I know I should be seeing past things further, but I'm so traumatized. Even, like I said, whatever mold is in this room, my throat doesn't feel good. And it's not from even screaming yesterday. It's the fact that I haven't been brushing my teeth for over a week now, and that I haven't been able to gargle and things like that, and I haven't been able to rinse out my nose because of depression, due to you people, due to the federal government. I'm so heightened and depressed. So, and due to the fact that, like, and that's what it is, the federal government, because they're the ones that place these fucking warrants and this nonsense that I falsified some kind of report. I didn't falsify it. What the fuck are you talking about? Either he misheard or he misunderstood my terminology because he's a dumbass, because he was fucking raised in Arkansas and he was undereducated. And I'm just like, okay, I stem from the top 10 bracket for states in education, and you stem from the lower 10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even those that have badges and everything, you should feel sorry for, because these detectives don't know what the fuck they're dealing with. They don't know what the fuck psychology is. They don't know what terms are and definitions are of things. So when they hear things, they're like, oh, really? Ejaculate? That makes me want to jerk off right now. You people are sick. I wasn't trying to be fucking sexual with you people, or the fucking father, or any of it. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm giving you terms because that's how it should be, because I'm a sensible young lady, and I'm not even young anymore. I'm middle-aged. Jesus fucking Christ. This next week, I'm going to be 25 years old. What are you going to do? You're going to shove me in jail? You're going to allow my fucking brother to beat the shit out of me, and you're going to allow my mother to just be okay, compliant with it all? What is wrong with you people? All of you are sick. Deranged pieces of shit. It's 5 in the fucking morning, gonna be 6 right now. I'm starving. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna go. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get there. I just leave it in God's hands. Oh, hopefully I won't get raped on the way, fucking walking all the way to Hot Springs. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? And then they're just like, well, we have nothing in place for people like you. The ones that demand more. The ones that don't want to eat our shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw what you fucking ate. You're fucking trash people. Regardless of your fucking status, nurses, doctors, all this shit. Even the doctor that I fucked last year, he was fat as hell. Fat as fucking hell. His gut was huge. And I was just like, where's your penis? You people are stupid. But at the same time, it didn't bother me because I don't have sex often, so any penetration is better than nothing sometimes when I want to comfort myself. And why should I have to be reprimanded when all of your sick monsters get away with all this shit and then they get praised for it? For fucking people. That's insane. You people need to suck my dick. So, yeah, why is it that we get reprimanded for not being so wholesome? Why do we get reprimanded as women for not being so what's the word? Aside from like celibate and whatever, but why do we get in trouble for being slutty? When in actuality, you're the whores. You're the fucking trash ass pieces of shit. Fucking wasteful oxygen and everything. Like I said, you guys are beneath women. It's hilarious. Hilarious. But there's so many people out there, so many men that have realized, I can't do that shit. Like, I know better. I have a conscience. So I told motherfucker, you're making me feel bad. Oh, if you feel bad, that's your conscience talking to you. Not me, bitch. Bitch. So yeah, my ex-husband couldn't take it either, that I would sit there and talk down to him. He was the man. Blah, 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 blah. No, bitch, you're the pussy. Bitch. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about me. I wish I could air out this fucking hotel room. I wish it didn't stink in here like that, like the fucking mold. I wish so many things. And all I want to do is throw my phone across the fucking room and not have to use it. But then then I wouldn't have my resource of being able to have my GPS and everything. Oh yeah, if I'm pinged, they know exactly where I'm at all times. And they know when I fucking use my GPS and I'm going certain places. And then when I turn around and go to other places, I mean, I'm not stupid. You people are stupid. Like, I just trusted you too much. That was my stupidity. Trusting people because I thought they had honor and integrity because they told me that. Liars. Gaslighters. I trust you people. And all you do is fuck with us. Why? Because we're less than, right? Because we don't understand, right? We don't have the comprehension or cognizance to fucking be at your level. And in actuality, I should have been a doctor by now. I could have managed that had I not been so traumatized in my divorce and everything and by his family. But no, who did you stand up for? The cretins that beat the shit out of me. That's who you fucking stood up for. You didn't place them in cuffs. No, you placed the victim that was just assaulted in cuffs. What the fuck is wrong with you? You need a life. You need to fucking go suck each other's dicks a little bit more because you guys are being irrational. You got to get it out of your fucking system. That was nonsense. 2014 is when that happened? That's right after, like, I was diagnosed with the PTSD that year. And then that place was closed down. Their diagnoses still stand because Meg, who had given me that diagnosis, was an honorable person. Like, she wasn't doing anything. But apparently that location was doing some Medicaid fraud and they shut down. I always thought it was so odd that when I interacted with some places that all of a sudden they would just shut down. I thought that was really weird. But then I just thought it was coincidental at first, and then progressively I realized, holy shit, a lot of the times when I interact with some people and I tell them, you're going to get fired, you know, like I'm going to tattle on you. And inevitably they do, because that's how it is. Some of these people, because that's not how you treat your clients. That's not how you treat your patients. That's not how you treat somebody that is disabled, you know, somebody that is, you know, clearly not always there and clearly is trying to seek help when she's trying to seek help, because when that baby voice and shit comes out, you know damn well Leticia's not feeling good. She's not all there right now. Like, she needs some help. She needs to be guided by, you know, hand in hand. Just guide me through whatever I'm doing because I've already snapped. I'm gone. Like, I'm just listening to whatever you're telling me and going with it. So right now I don't even have a lighter so I can spark up to have a little bit of smoke so I can calm myself down. No. Spent $40 on a blunt. It was well worth it, though. I mean, not well worth his fondling. No, I'm traumatized. And not well worth him smoking ice and asking me if I wanted to. He kept doing it and kept doing it, asking me over and over again. And I was like, no, I think I'm okay. Like, at first I wanted to, because I was like, fuck this baby. Fuck this guy, you know, the father of the baby. If you want a little crack baby attached to you, then that's fine. Like, let me smoke some crack. Meth. Yeah, that's what it was. Nope. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I really don't. My mother didn't smoke any of that shit. She wasn't involved with that shit. She just ate a bunch of shit that she probably shouldn't have. And that's why I'm all crazy and everything. But, you know, and didn't get the proper amount of nutrients when I was inside of her. So, and that's what happens. And then you're going to tell me I'm fucking crazy. Really? Why don't you place the blame on the people that actually deserve the blame? Why do you continue to harass me? To see how strong I am? To see how much I can fucking withstand without killing myself? Because, oh my God, thank God I got some weed in me. Because I probably, if I would have had to cross that fucking highway, would have just like, okay, brace yourself. This is going to hurt, but not for long. And then people would have ran over my body. Like, thump, 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 thump. Who fucking cares? Like, my body is nothing. Like, none of this fucking matters. All of this doesn't matter. And so a lot of times too, it's like I've been through so much stress. I already know it's going to fucking hurt. I know it's going to be fucking painful. But then at the same time, I just attach anyway, more often than not. I figure I'll be fine. I figure it'll be fine. Once that initial pain happens, you know, I've got such a high pain tolerance from all the shit you people have done to me and all the shit my parents and everybody else and all these fucking manipulative fucking dicks. Nothing matters to me anymore. I've just spent an hour harping because I couldn't get back to sleep. And now I need to get some sleep, but I can't because there's fucking mold in this room. You people are so fucking stupid. I am literally going to try to seek out a fucking lawsuit from this because you guys all need to be punished, not me. What's wrong with you? And if I just had enough money to fucking withstand all this shit, I would be fine. I just want weed. I just want to fucking chill the fuck out. I just want my kids around me. I want some poodles. Oh, that nightmare about Tara, that was so bad. Just seeing her just there, just lying there, just... She didn't even have, like, responses for me, and I lifted her up, and I looked her in the face, and she was just so out of it. And I looked at her in the eyes, and she looked at me like, "Who are you?" And I said, "It's Mommy." And she said, "Mama." And I didn't even get to hear her sweet little voice when she started developing it. I knew that she would whisper, like, to my mom and everything when we went to the park, and she would talk to my ex-husband, but she wouldn't talk to me because she knew that I was going through a lot. And, like, it's not that she was frightened to talk to me or anything. It's just that we had a different way of communicating, where I always just offered her whatever she needed. Whatever she wanted, I would give it to her, like the food and water or, you know, like any drinks and things like that. Usually it was soy milk, which I regret doing now. I wish I would have had some other form, but we used whatever was on WIC. So now I feel terrible, though. I wish I would have had more money just to take care of her in that way. And my ex-husband didn't care, immediately got her French fries and McDonald's, and he doesn't give a shit about her health. So, and well-being. And she looked at me in the eyes in that dream, and she was 10 years old, and she just looked like a little innocent little baby to me. And I just love her so much. And I know that's the one thing that you people, knowingly, that's the one thing that keeps me going. That's the one thing you would take from me that would truly cause me to kill myself. So I tell everyone, I'm just like, it doesn't matter if I dox her and give out all her information. It's not my fault. You've already put her in danger by removing her from removing her from her mother, her true mother. You've already placed these psychological issues in her mind, and you destroyed her already because she's never going to understand why the fuck would the government do that shit. Why would they let that shit happen? My mother was fine. My mother never threatened her life. I never really did. I mean, it may have sounded like it, but everybody's like, I don't know how words work. I'm from the Arkansas. I'm from the stupid states. I'm one of those. So I'm like, whatever. If you guys don't want to see what you've done, then I'll use your own godly words against you, since this is the Bible Belt country. And then that's how you'll understand, right? If I put it in layman's terms like that, yeah, then you'll understand, won't you? You did wrong. Fucking morons. I don't even place effort into you people anymore. You're sick and perverse. You think that Tara's supposed to be better off without me and shit. Fuck you people. Fuck you. You're the ones that put her straight in fucking danger. You know damn well I don't lie about shit. And just because I'm overly informative and overly communicative, I tell people, hey, I don't know if this kid even exists anymore. I don't know where the fuck she is. I mean, I was told this and that, but I wasn't stalking nobody. So for them to have sat there and said that I was harassing communications and stalking or some bullshit, the fuck is wrong with you people? You have access to all my shit. You know damn well I didn't do any of that. You people are fucking disturbed. And you're going to place me under the line of fire. Well, we can't let anybody know that we're stupid in the fucking authority. And the authorities, we can't let anybody know we're stupid. And all we do is suck each other's dicks instead of getting down to the bottom of it. Instead, we like to put innocent women behind bars. We like to yell at them and rip their babies out of their arms in the middle of fucking walking out of the courtroom. Yeah, you're fucking sick. There's something wrong with you mentally. That's how extreme you fucking take it. If you can't deal with us and we're just laughing in your fucking face, you want to make sure to hurt our offspring. That's how fucked up you are. And that's why I just don't even hold my breath. I'm like, Tara, you're doomed. If you're part of my bloodline and they don't see me as fucking valuable, you're not valuable. And they'll make sure to fuck with you till the day you goddamn die. I'm sorry. But anyway, fuck it. Why do I care? They're just my offspring, right? And that's how men deal with it too. It's just my fucking offspring is out there. Who fucking cares? It's just a child. Fuck, they'll deal with it. They'll grow up. They'll be fine without the father. They'll be fine with just money. They don't realize, oh, maybe a father should partake in the fucking children's lives. Maybe the father should partake in that so they don't end up raising a bunch of psychopaths. Oh, you people. I'll pray for you. I don't want to pray right now, though, on camera. I'll do it in my head and just say, fuck you people. Today's July 22nd, 2022. You're super disturbed, all of you. But I'll still pray for y'all. I'll pray for y'all because, oh my God, she was saying this and that. Fucking dumbasses. You're fucking dumb cunts, all of you. So fucking stupid to listen to a bunch of naive, ignorant buffoons. So anyway, you guys are so fucking, you make yourselves look fucking dumb. Like, and that's the funny thing is like, oh my God, like, this is coming from a disabled person. This is coming from somebody you deemed that was unworthy and unknowledgeable and so fucking dumb and blah, 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 mental illness and didn't have the mind to fucking function and can't take care of herself and can't manage and can't do anything because you heard the words of these fucking disturbed, fucking manipulative monsters and you went with it. I'm a retard too. Look at me, I got a badge. And look at me, I'm going to go ahead and toss her in jail too. I would get mad at her mouth too. Let's get physically violent with her because her mouth. It's not a freedom of speech. You can't, this is the South. You don't got freedom to talk back to us like that. Yes, we fucking do. So all the times the officers told me, you talk to me, you tell me, sir. No, bitch. I don't know who the fuck you are, but your name is fucking, what's it, Hubert or whatever, Eugene or whatever fucking stupid ass name you got. Fucking dumb. Fucking, my name is Bartholomew. Mule. That's what it is, too. These dumbass people. My name is Krista Cofferter. My mama, she loved the Bible so much, and she called me after David, Michael this and that. Dumbass people. Even that poor girl that was in the psych ward with the missing teeth and everything, and she was trying to tell me how to spell things, and she was misspelling every word that she was putting on this. We were playing a game, and we were talking about like different words, so I said things like appreciative and, you know, apprehensive, and I was writing all these things down, and then she had said something about a word that started with an A, and I wrote it down in the A section. That starts with an A. I said, I don't know what definition you're thinking of, honey, but that doesn't start with an E. It starts with an A. And she was arguing with me. No, there's other. I said, no, honey, like, you're okay. Like, are you okay? No, that's not how it's spelled. So anyway, and then it's so funny. I felt so sorry for her. She just kept wanting to, like, I don't know. I guess she was just so, because I was pregnant and everything too, and she wasn't. That was the one with the surrogate or whatever, the surrogate mom. Oh, why would you take a baby that came out of that? Ugh. I saw that. Ugh. So, and then she ended up, and I feel bad because I don't want to talk shit about people because she was so sweet, you know, she really was very sweet, and she was just so naive in that way, and she was homeless and everything, and I'm thinking, girl, you went after the money, you went after the fucking drugs, that's what you did, and now look at you, your brain's all fried because all you do is take your meds, and yeah, do. So, anyway, you know, she was arguing with me about spellings of words, and I was like, no, I'm a writer. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here. And there was a purpose behind me telling you about that. Dumbass people just trying their best to compete with me because they're trying to believe that they're on the same intellectual level. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, you've got a badge. You think you're smarter than me because you got a badge and you got money coming in, a paycheck, and you think that you got a stable house and stable family. And oh, you poor things. Nobody likes it when somebody talks down to them, especially somebody that is so quiet and everything, and then all of a sudden you get accosted or you get reprimanded from me, and it's like, oh shit, like I feel terrible. I thought this girl was a crackhead until I opened my mouth and I show them these pearly whites, and they're just like, oh shit, you're not as ugly as I thought you were. Yeah, I know, honey. Oh, are you okay, honey? So, you people are deranged. I swear to God, you'll all get your fucking karma. And the shit that I see, the shit that I relay, and the shit that you can't delete, because technically it's my freedom of speech. So I don't know what you're telling me. I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't see that that was a violation in any way whatsoever. I didn't tell nobody to contact him. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't talk to him directly, did I? So, and what else are you trying to talk about? Me trying to name him after him and everything. Is that not okay? Is that not kosher to you people? Is that not all right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being facetious. Oh, you don't know what that word is. Oh, so when I talk that big old talky talk, you're like, you don't even know what those words mean. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the one that went to the private school. I'm the one that had those high fucking grades. I'm the one that came from a fucking place way up north. Place fucking above you and your fucking educational levels. So, I don't know what is wrong with you people. You're so funny. You're so funny. You really are. You're so funny. Oh my God. And then I baby you. And I'm like, oh, you okay? Even the officers, you call me sir. You look like a big toddler in a fucking diaper is what you fucking look like to me, with your fucking suspenders and shit, like just attached to a big poopy ass diaper, because that's all you drag around on the ground right behind you, smearing shit all over yourselves and all over each other. Let me get some donuts and some coffee this morning. That's the imagery I have behind all this too, and the certain officers I've dealt with. You call me sir. There's somebody that I offered respect to, though, that deserved it, because they were so nice to me, and they saw through, like, they knew I was just traumatized. They knew I was just going through something, and I was never condescending to them, and I still wouldn't be even to this day. If I said something online, I didn't mean it about you particularly, because you've never offended me personally. If you've done this shit to other people, then yeah, I'm gonna be offended, because that's not okay. Regardless if it didn't happen to me or not, like, you just shouldn't do that shit. So yeah. Oh my God. Why do I talk about this stuff so much? Why don't you have any new content? I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because they haven't satisfied my desires to have all my shit back. Maybe you haven't compensated for what you've stolen from a disabled person that was actually an innocent victim. Wah. We don't want to apologize. We don't want to own up to what we did. Wah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's more like, we don't want to apologize. Go swallow your cum. Each other's cum, because that's all I see, you filthy perverts. It's not our fault. We were undereducated, and then we were given all this paperwork. We passed all the tests. We passed all this and that. Not well enough, buddy. You don't know shit about psychology. You don't know shit about the human body. You don't know shit about physiological effects of the brain. You don't know shit. Oh my God. And I feel so sorry for you, because you think that your money is going to save you when you die. You think your material things and your children and all this shit, they're going to be fucked. Like, they really are. If you don't make amends and repent and everything, and like make right by what you've done and what you've done to the people that you've harassed, you're truly fucked. Like, you truly are. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about just, all these people. I'm not categorizing that. But I'm talking about the officers that I have dealt with that forced me into sucking their fucking dicks. Yeah, and I saw him walking around the area, my mother's house. I saw his dumbass. I fucking told my mom I think that's that piece of shit that made me suck his dick. Yeah, I saw you. You fucking trash-ass piece of monster, fucking disgusting. Just because you have large dicks and everything, you think you run the world. No. No. That just makes you sluts. That makes you fucking whores, wanting to stick it in everybody just because those girls like it and everything. I enjoyed the size of, the father of the baby. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it, like the secondary time that we did it. But is it worth it? Is it worth him going off and fucking other people with that nasty thing? No, it's not. You can keep your meat log to yourself and go cum dumpster in some other bitch. I told him, I was like, I'm not going to be one of your whores. That's no. And they should understand from a victim's perspective that, that was just me venting and everything. And I was giving him enough, after 3 hours of waiting in the emergency room 5 days afterward. And they should understand that a victim, right there, there's proof. Right there, there's proof. And just because I was forced into a situation I couldn't handle, I had to go smoke, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. That doesn't mean that I was lying. That doesn't mean that I was just, trying to make up a story so that I could get away with having some fucking child support or whatever. Some fucking relationship. No. You're a piece of shit. You made me cry. And then you said you felt bad. Well, no shit, Sherlock. So yeah, and this is how we communicate. This, you watch my videos, all this. This is how you get to know one of the mothers to your children. You filthy fucking whore. Bastard. So yeah. Now don't talk to him like that. No, he needs to be talked to like that. They need to, so that they can understand and fucking zip up their fucking pants. But you didn't even take your fucking clothes off. Neither time did you. That is the sickest part. Like you just pulled your fucking... That's a rapist fucking move right there. There was no consent. The fuck is wrong with you? Easy access. Fuck. Should have double knotted my fucking pants that night, but then I probably would have gotten fucking hit or something. I did not anticipate a baby coming from all of this. I usually, like I said, just kept my mouth shut, which is not the best thing. I didn't want to give that to my daughter, that information, like, oh yeah, I've been violated so many times that, like, even your father, no. That's really weak. That's very submissive and compliant, and I didn't want to be that type of woman. My mother was talking about that too, that, her mom was strong and it must skip generations and, whatever, and she didn't even call me a strong woman. She never really tries to boast about me. She never really tries to, give me any type of encouragement face to face, because she's so ashamed of what she has done, like how she raised me and how different we are and how she ended up. And she always tells me, because I tell her, I said, why don't you do some exercise, lift some weights for your arms and whatever. And she'll say to me, well, why don't you, be 25 years, 30 years older than, then see how you like it and how you do. But she sees me, and she even complimented me at one point, and she said, you look great being pregnant. She said, I never looked that good when I was pregnant with any of the, probably her first. But, and then thereafter, she ended up with the big pooch, the mom belly and everything. She got a tummy tuck for. And then, but she won't lift weights or anything, just even light weights to try to get her muscles active. She sits in front of the computer for hours on end, all fucking day long, and then she wonders why her knees hurt, because she's got them tucked up onto the side. And I told her, I said, well, if you want to counteract that, then you want to put them on the other side so that they're working the muscles on the other side. It's the contrast that causes these things. So she doesn't want to listen. She still thinks that I'm crazy. She still thinks that, and I'm like, well, aren't I living proof that I lost all the weight? Look at the difference in our arms, like the way that I went back and I started working on myself. And that's exactly it, jealousy. And she denies it. She still denies it. And I'm like, no, mother, that's what you're going through. That's why you don't compliment me. That's why it's always about you. So I have no idea how to tell these things to people, because it is the psychological perspective. Like, I just don't know how to fucking deal with this. Get over yourselves. Go read a book. Go fucking learn about psychology. Go learn about fucking, fucking, oh my God, health and well-being and everything. Why don't you fucking listen? And just because I don't have a doctorate, just because I don't have any actual certification to tell people these things, that's why you don't believe me? Am I not living fucking proof? After losing 150 fucking pounds and getting my shit together and avoiding fucking toxicity, you just don't want to listen. None of you do. You're fucking sick in the brains. Get over yourselves and go suck a dick. So yeah, I'm fucking angry right now. People are so stupid, even my own mother. Like, telling people, oh no, I can't do it. I need more meds. I need something for the pain. I need more pain stuff. And I'm like, Mom, you could do that better if you worked and incorporated those muscles. You wouldn't have aches and pains there, because they would move themselves out. Oh, no, I broke my back years ago. I can't do it. Bitch, I've seen you lift shit. I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. And then all of a sudden there's nothing. Like, whatever. You should be on fucking disability for mental health, more like, instead of physical. Jesus Christ, bitch. So, anyway, I'm sick and tired of you people. I'm sick and tired of this hotel room already. The fact that I can't eat my oatmeal right now. I've got to drink some water and then go blow my nose because I'm not doing well. Today is July 22nd, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. Have a blessed day, everybody.